Hi Disciples, today we're learning the A prime section or sort of the next occurrence of the A section that I covered in the first video for T for 2. The part we're learning sounds like this. And so you'll notice that I did a little like rolly arpeggio thing there at the end, and I'm going to explain that a little bit about why I do that. So the A prime section is the same as the A section that I taught you in the first video. So I'm not going to spend too much time with the chords. I will review them to get us up to the last two measures of this chunk. So we're looking at 8 measures here. And the last two measures are a little bit different. They have some similarities to the first one, which is why it's considered like kind of like the A section, A prime, kind of like the A section, but different. And I'll talk you through those two. So let's just get up through the first 6 measures as a review. So we've got our G minor 7, and I'll sing along, but it's the same chords. Day will break, C7, and I'll, G minor 7, awake, C7, and start to bake. That's an F major 7 to a B flat 7. Shug, that's A minor 7, shug. Cake, G sharp diminished 7. For me, back to the G minor 7, C7 bouncy back and forth thing. For me to take for all the boys. Okay, to C, a little sloppy there. To C. Now, in the first section, we had a low high. It was a C to an A. In this section, we still have a low high. It's still the same sort of a feel, but it's a C, C to C. From C to C. It's an octave jump. And underneath, instead of having that F major 7 underneath like we did in the first A section, we're going to have an A minor 7 flat 5. So here, let me show you how I'm playing this A minor 7 flat 5. In my left hand, I'm playing A, and I'm playing the 5th above E and another A. And the right hand, I sneak underneath, and I play a G, a C, and an E flat. Here's our flat 5, our flat 5. So if you think about the A chord, here's an A minor, and here's an A minor with a flat 5. Okay? So those are your notes there. And I'm going to take a second here to show you that if I'm playing the melody in my right hand, so let me back up to, to the last 4 measures. Me to take for all the boys to see. Like when I have to make this jump with my hand is really far away from the way I want to hear this chord, the way I'm telling you to play this chord. Unless you're a Rachmaninoff, if you have huge hands, it's going to be really difficult for you to also play that chord. I can't do it. So the solution there is to arpeggiate the chord. So I play to C, and in my right leg, or my right foot, I'm playing the sustain pedal. That's the pedal all the way to the right of the keyboard or the piano if you have more than one. And that allows that note to ring out even if I'm not holding it down. Which means that I can move my hands somewhere else while the melody is still playing. You'll notice the melody stops to C, and it's just floating through. I can now move my hand. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to sing, I'm going to play with my hand to C. And I'm going to start with my left hand playing the left hand part, the A, E, and the A, while my right hand moves to get into place for the other part of the chord. So let me show you that in slow motion. To C. And I'm playing an extra G on here. All right. So that's the main trick for this video, aside from just learning the part, is that you can use the sustain pedal and arpeggiate your chords to get away with having, hands that aren't ginormous, impossibly huge. All right? So let me show you that last chord. To C, here's the A minor 7 flat 5 arpeggiated. And you can sort of do that any way you want. And then we're going to move to a D7 flat 9. Now, to play something like this. So I'll show it to you like this. I'm playing octave Ds in my left hand, and I'm playing a C, an E flat, let me think about this, an F sharp, and an A. And I'm calling it those sorts of, I have a sharp and a flat because it's a D7 flat 9. So a D7 would be this, a D, an F sharp, an A, and then the 7 is a C, but I'm playing it down here. So if I wanted to include the 9, it's kind of like adding the 2. So here's the normal 9, but remember they're calling for flat 9, so we have to put it here. Oh, that's a lot, huh? But it has a really nice sound. So in context, let's listen to it with the melody. I'll play it through. And what I'm going to do actually is arpeggiate that chord as well, and I might even roll it up the piano. Maybe that we'll leave that as like a little final trick for the video. Roll it up the piano. And that will allow me to disguise the fact that I did it in the measure before to get away from the fact that my hands were too small to play, you know, to really play the way I wanted, plus the melody. So here it is from the beginning of the A section. Day will break and I'll awake and start to bake a sugar cake for me to take, for all the boys to see. Should leave the singing to the piano. To see. So you notice that what I did there, as soon as I hit this note, my left hand started its pattern, and it gave me just enough time to get my right hand back down. I'm kind of messing with the rhythm, and that's ties right through, so that's still there when I switch to this. So let me show you that ending bit with less talking. Me to take. Something like that, where you have a chance to roll your chords in both cases. And that sets you up for the ending, which is going to be we will raise a family. It's on and on from there. But you can kind of hear how that A minor 7 flat 5 to the D7 flat 9 really sets us up to want to hear sort of some more resolution. It's not quite resolved here the way our ear expects, because from what we heard in the first A section. All right, so that's it. Those are the chords for the A section, and I look forward to seeing you in the last video where you learn the last section here. See you next time.